Under the deck, we have the sun coming up as the undercurrent under the deck energy. So the message is coming through is like there is a lot of possibly deception or kind of, I'm getting this energy of things being clouded for this person. It just feels like there's so many layers of other things going on in this person's life that hinders them, I'm hearing, or keeps them from being able to experience happiness, joy, living in the present moment. So keep that out here. And let's see what else we have at the top of the spread here. I'm hearing unrest. We have the Four of Swords coming out in reverse. The Four of Swords upright can typically represent someone who is being called, whether it's spiritually or their body is just telling them it's time to rest, it's time to recoup, it's time to take a moment to be quiet, to pause. And with the Four of Swords coming out at the top of the spread here, I do see that this person is having a very hard time on a regular basis feeling at ease, feeling rest. And I'm hearing the word disturbed. So this person is kind of disturbed. They have a lot of things on their mind. It does feel like there's a lot of different moving parts in their life that they're concerned about. So for example, someone that may be dealing with this is like they're worried about finances, they're worried about their love life, they're worried about their household. Something about their household just feels like, I'm hearing again, unrest. They're worried about their career, the next steps that would be beneficial for their career. They're also feeling unrest within their physical body as well, like they're just not able to get comfortable physically. On the left of the spread here, we have the Two of Cups coming out on top of this Queen of Wands. So with the Two of Cups, this can represent harmony. I'm hearing the word trust. There is something about an exchange. So like emotional communication or emotional availability with someone that they are supposed to be able to trust. And the energy that I'm getting with this is like something about the communication. It's very hard to maintain that attention, that commitment in regards to an exchange with someone that they are supposed to be in a relationship with. And this directly affects their self-confidence and how they show up in the world. And something about this disharmonious relationship leaves them feeling like they don't have a sense of direction or purpose in their life, because a relationship is something that is important to them. It is something that they have always wanted. A relationship is something that they value, and it's just kind of like they have a relationship, which is something that they always wanted, but it's not functional or it's dysfunctional. And I'm hearing the word discourse. So we have that here. I'm hearing the word nostalgic as I'm looking at this Four of Cups, which is coming out at the bottom of the spread, but it's also directly underneath this Four of Swords we were talking about earlier, we were saying like this person is just feeling unease about their life in general, but in regards to different aspects and moving parts in their life. And I do see that their spiritual team is encouraging them to kind of sit with these emotions. There is also this energy of them kind of reflecting on their life, and it's a kind of like of a state of confusion, a state of emptiness as well, because this person has achieved a certain level of success that most people would want. They themselves even wanted it, but there is still this feeling of lack, and it does have to do with it's more emotional, like not being emotionally fulfilled, even though you have had certain accomplishments that most people would want. And I'm hearing the word milestone. There is also an element to this state of confusion and what's triggering them to need to contemplate on, which is like they've reached certain milestones. For example, this person, they have a relationship. They've even they're even married, but there's still this emptiness, this loneliness, this lack of consistent communication, this kind of broken home type of energy. It's just the emptiness. It's like having the look, but not having the feel type of energy. And I'm hearing the word accompanied. On the far right of the spread, we have the King of Pentacles. So this person is established. They do have the ability to get, all of the, or experience all the financial pleasures or pleasures that would require financial, a certain level of financial responsibility. They have, like, they can get a massage if they want, they can buy anything that they want, they have the house, but there's still obviously something missing. Towards the middle of the spread, we have the Three of Swords. So this person is really suffering emotionally. I am getting this feeling like they are strong and they can figure this out. But I do see this person is still kind of in shock, really, with what all they're dealing with. And there is this kind of like reminiscing or nostalgia regarding past times where things seemed a little bit more simple, a little less chaotic, even though at those times they were in a place where they didn't have as much. So this person is kind of like almost feeling upset with himself, almost feeling upset with the world, almost feeling upset with whoever's responsible for their life, where it's just kind of like they had a period in their life where they kind of struggled and they achieved and they overcame, and then they experienced a huge success, and they're realizing that some decisions that they made may not been for their best benefit or for their best interest, and they're kind of coming to this realization that they may have overlooked some of the qualities that may have been necessary. And it's giving me like more relationship, reflecting on a relationship. So they're currently in a relationship and now they're just kind of thinking about like, what did I get myself into? And I'm hearing the word discuss. The way that it's coming through is like, how could I have haphazardly found myself in this situation. And then I'm hearing the word kids. So this person does have these certain values that they felt like or thought that they would be experiencing these values shared in their relationship. And they're thinking about their children. Their children are very important to them. But they also want their children to grow up in a happy and stable home. And they are coming to the realization that that is not what is happening right now. And now there's this feeling of also realizing that they may have been in denial. So directly underneath this Three of Swords, where they're realizing all of this, we have the Strength card in the reverse directly underneath it. I am getting also that there is an element to pride regarding this relationship. This person kind of doesn't want to let this relationship go or to acknowledge certain elements or of the relationship. They're also not wanting to kind of allow this person. So like this other person may or may not be doing what they want on the side of this relationship anyway, but for this person, for some people, it's like it makes it more official if you, for example, get a divorce. And some people, for whatever reason, feel more comfortable with separating, but not officially getting a divorce because of something that has to do with their pride. It hits them, it hits home for them differently. And I'm hearing the word exposure, and it's kind of like this energy of I'm okay with me knowing, but I'm not okay with the world knowing, or I'm not okay with other people knowing. And then there has been this energy of like worried about like if other females in particular would like clap back about something or have something to say. They really don't care for that, is the way it's coming through. Okay, so we do have the Lover's card coming out of right. Right next to it, we have the Six of Cups, and I'm hearing the words commercial vehicle. So that means for me, someone has the opportunity or will be being presented with the opportunity soon to move from one stage of their life to the next. I do see that love is available to this person. Emotionally fulfilling relationships and interactions is available to this person as well. And it feels kind of like home. So because this person is kind of not, like right now they're in this contemplating state where they're starting to realize things for what they are. And the next step would to be to take action. But I do see that on the other side of taking action, that the love that they're meant to receive would feel kind of nostalgic. It would feel like a love that they've always wanted, deserved, and it feels like home, like them being treated the way that they deserve to be treated and honored within a relationship. And directly underneath this Six of Cups, we have the Ace of Pentacles. This would be the true divine, this would be a true and divine abundance that this person would really desire. Because we talked about earlier, and with the King of Pentacles, this person can basically has the money and resources to buy them any physical pleasures or experiences that they would like to have, but still they feel unfulfilled and at not at ease. And I'm hearing the word comfort. What they really want right now, what would feel like abundance to them, would be to feel comfortable with themselves, comfortable in their body, secure within their marriage, secure within their home and their family dynamic in their home in regards to them, their romantic partner, and their kids. That's what this person really craves and wants. And I do see on the other side of this person reflecting on past mistakes, accepting what is, and realizing that they deserve more, they deserve better, and allowing yourself to like set pride aside and whatever people have to say about it, like not allowing themselves to kind of get over it or get through that. On the other side of that, I do see them having the opportunity to be truly happy. So I'm also getting this person kind of in a space that we can apply to any life situation where we're still holding on to something, even though it's literally breaking apart right before our eyes. It's raggedy, it's dirty, it's not beneficial, it's not bringing us peace, still holding on to it, and kind of like for what or at what cost type of energy with this Five of Pentacles coming out in reverse directly underneath this Ace of Pentacles and this Five of Swords. So we said we had the Lover's card earlier. Directly underneath that we have the Five of Swords. So this person is still kind of like, there is this internal battle and some form of an external battle where someone is still fighting for something, even though it's hurting them and it's hurting the other person. In this particular situation, I'm not so much getting that it's hurting the other romantic partner, but maybe like the quality of life within the household. And we talked about earlier, like the household, the family is very important to this person, like their children, and they want their children to grow up with, the other parent in their life type of energy. But how we can kind of choose to hold on to something even though it's a chaotic environment or it's not a safe it's not a safe like replica of what a loving relationship would look like or be experienced as from a child's perspective, is the way that it looks like. And then we have the Eight of Swords. So this person is someone that like many people would love the opportunity to get to know. And this is a person that loves very hard, and they are willing to fight for their relationship, and that's very admirable. But there is something that's coming up about, they do have suitors. They have people that would love to get to know them and their children, and they can see that opportunity. but it's like not having an appetite for that. Not This person would need a lot of time to heal and self-discover and all of that, if they were to ever get to that place where they did take action through like officially divorcing this romantic partner, and they would be someone that would be very protective of their kids meeting a prospective love interest also. Is there anything else that we need to know regarding this message? Is there anything else that we need to know? What does this person need to be aware of? Okay. So top of the deck, undercurrent energy, is the Magician in reverse. This person is being called to kind of salvage what it is that they have left and the lessons that they've learned from this situation, and kind of call it what it is and move on to the next stage of their life, of their development. On top of this Two of Cups earlier, we talked about something about this relationship with their romantic partner. There is an exchange that is kind of dysfunctional and inconsistent. So this person may not speak to their romantic partner on a consistent basis. There is a lack of like love, compassion, consideration between them. On top of that, we have Temperance coming out in the resistant position. So with all of this dysfunction, lack of communication or consistent communication, we can see that this person is very hard for them to regulate their mood. Also, like, when there's somebody in your life that you love and you're not on one accord, that would make anyone kind of like, it's hard for them to maintain their mood. It's dysregulated, so that is a challenge for them. Directly underneath this Four of Swords, where they're feeling unease, we have this Knight of Pentacles in reverse. It's hard for this person to be able to maintain a sense of focus. We talked about very early in the reading that with all this going on, something about this relationship is kind of like one of the main factors that is causing this person dysregulation. And earlier in the reading it was saying that they kind of feel directionless with the relationship being so up and down and inconsistent and elusive and things. So because of that, that is directly affecting this person's ability to create, to carry out a mission, to be to be able to maintain the level of consistency that is required. So like their mood is always being dysregulated from all the moving parts going on in their life, in addition to this relationship and how it affects the household. And because of that, it's really hard for them to be creative, to maintain creativity, to express their creativity that is a part of their authenticity, their purpose, things that make them happy. It's very hard to focus on that. The Knight of Pentacles is someone that has a mission. They have the quality of consistency. They are kind of like romantically involved with whatever their passion or their craft is. They have a delivery to make and they are committed to that delivery. But because this King of Pentacles is showing up as this person's personal goals and passions and their personal craft, like who do I want to be today, like their own personal evolution. Like, if you start, you have a craft, like you play the piano or you make violins or you paint, that is like your own personal expression. That is an extension of you. They're having a hard time focusing on that type of energy with all that's going on. So on top of this Eight of Swords in reverse, where this person's spiritual team is coming through to acknowledge that this person knows that they could easily get into another relationship, that they do have suitors, but they're choosing not to because they're kind of waiting and hoping that this other person and them will be able to maintain and get better and be the family that they feel like their children deserves. And on top of this Five of Swords, where they're kind of like holding on to this relationship with dear life, even though that it is hurting them, we have the Hierophant falling out on both of these in the choice point position. So this person is being presented a choice point or an opportunity to be the final decision about what is best for them and their children. And it's in the choice point because they are still in this contemplating stage and they're trying to weigh out the pros and cons of it, and they're in that self-reflecting mode as well. So we have the Empress coming out on top of this Ace of Pentacles, where their spiritual team was saying like they have a divine blessing and abundance through the form of true love and opportunity to experience what a stable family dynamic could look like and a romantic partner. On top of that, we have the Empress coming out upright directly underneath this Six of Cups, where we talked about this love that their spiritual team says available to them will feel nostalgic. It'll feel like everything that they've always wanted. By exercising these practices and taking this step to acknowledge things for what they are and moving on or moving forward and finalizing this divorce, that would be, from their spiritual team's perspective, self-care, self-love, and self-empowerment. And they would immediately start to benefit the feelings of growth and rejuvenation and peace of mind and comfort and pampering that they actually deserve and really need right now. Next to that, we have the Ace of Wands. They would instantly, because I was getting earlier, it's like it's a lot of moving parts. It feels very cloudy, like there's many layers to what is contributing to this person's overall mental, physical, spiritual, emotional health in a negative way. And I'm also getting like immediately they will feel inspired. They will have a sense of foresight. They'll be able to move forward. They'll be able to actually like figure out the next steps. It just feels like this romantic partner is really clouding their judgment. It's leaving them in a state of confusion. It's dampening their sense of well-being and happiness, and it's trimming down them to the point where they can't even just be at peace and make art. But I see that once they get themselves out of that situation, they will immediately like be brainstorming. They'll figure out the next steps. And I'm getting like they can do all of that on their own. And it feels like that type of thought process would be counterintuitive to them, because in their head they're thinking two heads is better than one, two parents is better than one. But it's like the relationship, the communication is dysfunctional. One of them may not actually just be really present in the household at all. And a lot of ideas and things that are needing to be implemented are always like inconsistent or at a halt because of the other person. So like a lot of things that this person wants to do, they don't get to do because of the inconsistency of the other person. But in their head, it's like, but we can do this together. And they are possibly being called to get to the place where they realize that it doesn't matter how many people that you have in a team if we don't have the same goals, the same values, the same mindset about the fact that this is important and this is something that needs to be addressed. And we're willing to work with you, collaborate in order to make it happen. This person is emotionally available. They have a lot of love to give and a lot to receive. Like I said earlier, they love very hard and they are loyal and committed. But right now they're not in a place where they are receiving that back. We also have the Four of Wands coming out. This person is kind of like the package. Like they kind of have the qualities that is necessary. Not that they're perfect for a stable home, but they're in a relationship or sharing a home with someone that just doesn't carry that value. And so they're trying to carry the weight all by themselves. And next to that we have the Seven of Pentacles. So they're waiting and hoping that with time things will continue to grow and develop into something. But it is giving me that energy of like things are not producing or time is going by, but there's not much progress being seen. So I do see that this person is still fighting and trying to overcome. And it's just, I'm hearing the word draining, and it's just giving this energy of like, this person is gonna fight until they have nothing left to fight with. And directly next to that we have the Devil card in reverse. This person in some way feels comfortable, or something about taking this next step just feels like it would be too much, and they kind of don't want to do all the fighting. They don't want to do all the back and forth. There's something that they're just kind of like avoiding and not wanting to deal with because they feel like it would take too much energy. So it's kind of like staying in a bad situation that's familiar, opposed to going through for an example, all the legalities, or trying to decide what's gonna happen. So it's kind of giving me like they want to fight for this relationship, but to officially separate or officially divorce, it seems like it would be too much for them, and that is a part of what's keeping them trapped. And I'm hearing the word mindset. Is there anything else that we need to know regarding this message as we are coming to a close? Is there anything else that we need to know regarding this message as we come to a close? Deception. Okay. Things are not moving, things are not growing, things are not developing. In regards to this romantic relationship, things are not getting better. Communication is not consistent. There's a lack of care and consideration regarding this relationship and the household dynamic and responsibilities. This other person does not have a true offer and not trying to truly commit, I'm hearing, and contribute to this relationship or show up as in the household, like as a parent. There's no true offer or reciprocation, honest communication either in this relationship. And ultimately, this person is being left feeling unfulfilled. And there is this energy again of time passing. And for what? Because this person is very loyal, and there is kind of this energy in this person's mindset of like, I'm putting my time in. If I continue to prove myself, if I continue to, this person will see me as loyal and treat me as I am deserved to be treated. But unfortunately, that's not what's happening. We also have the Six of Wands coming out in the choice point position. The Six of Wands is someone being celebrated, someone being seen for the characteristics that they hold and carry out and apply in life. They're being admired for their skills, their courage, their audacity. They're being seen in their glory. And with it coming out in the choice point position, this is saying that being able to experience all of the things that I just named is in the hands of whoever this reading is for, that they have to see that in themselves, exercise that in themselves first in order for the world to see it. But more specifically, this other romantic party, like they kind of have to separate themselves officially from this person and kind of do their own thing before they get the respect that they deserve. Not that they would need to come back together, but it's just like sometimes we can be in relationships where a person just doesn't respect you, and there's kind of nothing that you can do to get them to respect you. There's nothing that you can do to win them over, for them to see you as you really are, other than going your separate way and living your life and showcasing your independence and you being able to be successful and being happy without them. Sometimes that's the only thing that we are, the other person gives us the choice to do. So with the last card coming out being the King of Wands, this person's spiritual team wants them to know that they are so strong, that they view them as very inspirational, that their spiritual team wants to acknowledge that they have a gift and I'm hearing the word laughter. They have a gift of laughter, creating laughter, inspiring laughter. They trigger other people in the most positive of ways. They make other people feel alive, and they want them to like really bloom and express themselves and be the happy person that they're meant to be outside of this relationship. So yeah, that's the reading. It's a very interesting message. If you receive this message, like the video so that I know that it's received, if it resonates with you. Other than that, I do want to thank my angels, guides, ancestors, God, God's source, and benevolent energies that stand in truth and love. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the guidance. Thank you for the protection.